This is not an ordinary rock. This rock can kill you. No. This rock will kill you. My name is Ron Gersten. I was an engineer. I built power plants all over the United States. I was one of the project engineers on the Saturn rocket. I was also a dentist. I used to ski, swim, hike, scuba dive. I have a pilot's license. I sailed my catamaran. I explored Alaska, Canada, Argentina, and the Antarctica. I was even a pretty good dancer. But not anymore. Because of this. This is asbestos. 40 years ago, I worked where asbestos fibers were in the air. Today, I have mesothelioma. That's a fancy way of saying incurable lung cancer. But that's not what I want to talk to you about. We all have tragedies in our life. What I want to do is tell you a story that can change your life. It's about two friends of mine. Later on, you'll meet a third member of my story. But for now, meet Richard Klaus and Janet Snow.
I cannot believe it has been 40 years since I first met Janet. We were just little kids, maybe 5, 6 years old, playing in the swimming pool at the park. There was this whole group of us. We spent the entire summer in that pool. That's what it seemed like. Janet was special. It's just something about her separated her from the group. Something I found really appealing, even as a little kid.
Yeah, I remember the pool. I even remember Richard, although there were so many boys around, and all of them obnoxious. Why do boys take so much pleasure in splashing girls? Oh, nature of the beast, I guess. I don't know how or why Richard and I became friends. We just really got along, like one of those chemistry things that you really can't explain. We went to the movies together, we walked to school together. He was just a funny little guy, and he made me laugh a lot.
She had a great sense of humor. At least she always laughed at the dumb things I did. There were a lot of dumb things I did. Sometimes she'd come and watch me play ball. I was a pretty good hitter, and other times I'd go watch her play tennis. And she just seemed to fly across that court. She always made it to the ball, and what a backhand. We were kind of a mutual appreciation society. I think it's safe to say we enjoyed each other's company all through high school. And we always talked about all sorts of things. Janet was really smart.
Oh, those long walks we would take in the park. Richard was so interesting. He read a lot. Well, we both did. He mostly read science fiction. He loved to talk about the possibilities of life, of new worlds, new ideas. And I mostly read biographies, how somebody overcame great odds to make something of themselves or make a dream come true, like Teddy Roosevelt, Nelson Mandela, and Helen Keller.
She talked about all the famous people she was reading about and how she wanted to be like them. Not famous. She wanted to do something good, do something meaningful. And I'd tell her, Janet, if you want it bad enough, you can do it. I know you can.
He was such a good athlete. Not like me. I tried, but when I tried to play softball, Richard showed me how to catch a grounder. And he said the key was balance. You had to put your whole body in the right position.
It's the key word, Janet, balance. She didn't understand, so I explained it to her. Bend your knees, move your feet, get the glove in position. Balance. Guess I wanted her to understand that balance is a pretty good word for just about all of life's activities. She picked it up pretty fast.
Oh, I'd always planned to go to college. There's no question about that. But I don't think Richard knew what he wanted to do. He just couldn't commit. So I told him, go to college, see if you like it. But I couldn't tell if his parents couldn't afford it or what. You know, when I first met Richard, he told me that he had helped his dad fix an old vacuum cleaner. He just figured that out on his own. It was as if he had learned an entire instruction manual. He just had a brain like that. He had this wonderful mind, but he just didn't know what he wanted to do with it.
This is where the third member of our cast makes an entrance. It's God. I believe God looks at what you do to make things better. God has given you the tools to accomplish whatever you want. He graciously endows you with intelligence, teaching wisdom and understanding. Thanks to God, you have the means to accomplish whatever you want. You don't have to ask God for anything else. You do that yourself. You survive and succeed with your own actions and deeds. Let's get back to see if these two friends, Richard and Janet, identify their goals, survive, succeed, and achieve them by their own actions and deeds.
The summer before I left for college, Richard called me up. He was so excited I had to meet him right away. So I met him at the park at the old swings where we used to hang out. He picked me up, he swung me around. He said, "Guess what? Today, Mom and Dad told me I get to go to college. They want me to go. And not only that, they gave him the money they'd saved up." He was so excited. Oh, he gave me a hug and a kiss, and he screamed, "I get to go to college." Seeing that expression on his face, the happiness, it was wonderful.
So, I got into McHenry College despite my mediocre grades, but I knew I could prove myself. The only trouble was I had no idea what I wanted to study. I thought I'd take some general courses, do my best, maybe something would grab me. I mean, up until a few weeks before that, I hadn't even thought I was going to college. In case you're wondering about Janet, she wound up at Princeton on 2 scholarships, academic and athletic. How about that? We were both really excited about college and a little bit sad, too. We'd been together all this time, and now she's going one direction, I'm going another.
I didn't know if I would ever see Richard again. Our lives were moving in very different directions. And it's not like I was in love with him, but we were just very good friends. There was so much I admired in Richard, and I wanted the best for him, and I know he wanted the best for me. That's what friends do. Anyway, I was going for a degree in history, and something happened one day. I was in the library, and I dropped an entire drawer full of catalog cards. I don't even know how it happened. I don't know if someone pushed me or bumped me, if I tripped, but the cards went everywhere, and the librarian came over. I had said a few choice words, rather loudly, and she said, now, let's have none of that. Just please put everything back and it'll all be fine. And I said, no, it won't be fine. And we have thousands of books and thousands of cards. And why aren't all of these on a computer? Why aren't we using the technology that we have? And she said, well, you know, we're looking into that. And if you'd like to get involved, we could use your help. And that's when things changed for me. Now, I was enjoying history, but I didn't find it a challenge. The kings and the queens and the wars, it was all getting kind of boring. But the card catalog situation, that was challenging. That I found worthwhile. I changed my major to library science and computer science. And I liked it so much, I got a degree in both of them. This was something that I wanted to do with my life, this challenge. And I had absolutely no idea where it was going to lead me.